Noong tinanong mo siya nitong si Senator Jingo Estrada, wala ka bang kakilala sa DPWH? Malinaw na nagsisinungaling itong si Sara Diskaya. Kasi base dito sa ating nakikitang larawan na to, ang kapicturan ho nila, wala naman daw tayong ibig sabihin dyan. Wala namang ika nga, hindi ka naman basta-basta makakapagpa-picture dito kay kung dito kay Secretary Manuel Bunuan kung hindi ka kakilala o hindi ka malapit sa kanya, di ba? Wala nga naman si PH Update, pupunta ako sa opisina niya, baka doon pa nga lang sa gate, harangin na ako di ba? Ibig sabihin, nakapagpa-picture ka kay Manny Bunuan, merong ano yan, kung bidding lang yan, ba't mo pa kailangan makipagpicturean dito kay DPWA Secretary, di ba? Ibig sabihin, marami ko talagang dapat na ipaliwanag itong tatlong individual na to. Rekta ho tayo sa pagsugod ng mga media at ng Bureau of Customs diyan sa pamamahay nitong sila Sara Diskaya. Yang inyong nakikita na yun mga kababayan, yaan ho yung na-picture doon sa vlog nitong si Julius Babaw. At ngayon, malinis na ho ang kanilang pamamahay. Yung dose-dose na, yung mahigit 40 sasakyan, wala na ho ngayong mga panahon na to. Malinis na, ika nga. Wala yung ebidensya, malinis na. 'Di ba? Kaya yung mga pera, yung ipapabalik sa kanila, wala na ho 'yun. Anak ng tokwa, ano na ho 'yun, ika nga naitago na nila doon sa isang lugar na walang makakakita, sila lang at sila lang ang nakakaalam, ika nga. Ayan ang mga kababayan. Malinis na ang garahe nitong sila Sara Diskaya. Para sa sambayan ng Pilipino na umaasa pa na mababawi natin kung ano man ang dapat mabawi dito sa mga kontraktor na to, wag na ho kayong ika nga wag na ho kayong umasa pa. 'Di ba? O siguro kung kukunin lahat ng ari-arian na yan dahil nga naman marami silang problema yung mga falsipikadong sabihin na natin wala silang ghost project, okay? Wala silang ghost project. Pero doon sa daan-daang flood control projects na nakuha nila, kung gumana lahat ng mga yon, ibig sabihin wala hong baha dyan sa lungsod ng Maynila, dyan sa Metro Manila. Yaang pagbaha sa Metro Manila, at napakaraming nakuhang flood control projects ng pamilya na to, isa lang hong ibig sabihin yan, falsipikado yung ginawa nila. Aayusin nyo ba ng walang gastos ng pamahalaan o kukunin lahat ng inyong mga ari-arian? Pili lang kayo sa dalawa, napakasimple. At ngayon naman mga kababayan, nasa sila? Nasa St. Gerard Construction, Nasa St. Gerard Construction building ho sila. Dito naman tayo kay Boying Remulla. Pakibalita ho tayo kung anong nangyari sa interview niya sa JBC. Eto, Boying, anong balita? Gusto mo daw pakulong si BP Sara? Di umano, sabi ni Senator Amy Marcos. Sabay bawi, no? Balita ko, gusto mo daw pakulong si BP Sara. Di umano, sabi ni Senator Amy Marcos. Pag daw naupo ka, pag naupo ka daw ombudsman, pati yung mga kaalyado at mga kaibigan, ipapakulong nyo daw. Di umano, sabi ni Senator Amy. Huwag ko kayo ganyan. Talunin nyo na lang sa 2028. Kayo naman.
I'll be filing a motion to resolve the issue.
In the first place, dapat pala hindi ka pwedeng interviewin ng JBC. Kasi meron ho kayong pending case sa ombudsman. Paano ka magiging ombudsman kung ikaw mismo meron kaso sa ombudsman? Di ba labo nun, sir? Kayo naman, kahit kayo JBC, mag-apply ako doon. Halimbawa si PA, ikaw JBC, ikaw mag-i-interview sa akin. Mag-a-apply ako ng ombudsman na meron nakahaing kaso sa akin sa ombudsman. Di pwede yun. Conflict of interest. I-absuelto ko sarili ko pagka naging ombudsman ako? Labo nun.
As soon as possible.
Tapos sir, ano po ba yung inilalatag natin doon sa ating pong naging sagot na from the start hanggang po sa ngayon, sir?
What do you mean?
Sir, ano po yung ipinaliwanag natin doon po sa simula?
Well, I'm applying for a leadership position. That's what I'm doing.
Nag-apply daw siya sa leadership position. Hindi ka naman leader, aso ka eh. Hindi ka dapat mabigyan ng posisyon sa pamahalaan kasi kung sinong amo mo, lahat ng kalaban, tinatahol mo. Hindi ka pwede dyan, Brad. Diyan ka na sa DOJ, ikaw naman. After 3 years, di manahimik ka na sa Cavite. Kaya ipapatawag ka lang naman sa Senado, ipapatawag ka lang naman. Di ba, wala. Kayo naman, hindi naman pwede yung ganon. di ba marami kayong ginawang kabalbalan sa panahon ni Marcos Jr. Pagkatapos ng termino, huwag naman kayong ginagawa mong shield yung yung ombudsman eh. Yung tipong impeachable government official ka di ba? Sa bagay, pagka presidente na si VP Sara, kahit na ombudsman ka, sigurado may kalalagyan ka. Yun na sigurado ko. Yun na sigurado ko anong impeachment. Dalawang bagay lang yan, magre-resign ka o magre-resign ka. Diba? Ganun lang naman yun eh. It doesn't matter maging ombudsman ka. Pag naging presidente si VP Sara, may kalalagyan ka sigurado Boying Remulla. Eto, may kalalagyan. Pananagutan mo yung mga ginawa mong kabalintunaan. Eto, rekta ho tayo dito sa nagaganap na pagdinig dyan sa House of Representatives. Kaugnay pa rin ho ng mga maanomalyang flood control. Si Congressman Isidro Unga, mapapakinggan ho natin sa bahagi ng ating video na to.
I will just read the last part of my question of privilege. The House of Representatives is not only the seat of legislative power.
Yeah.
It is the sanctuary of our people's trust. Every member has a sacred duty, a solemn obligation to uphold its honor, defend its name, and to ensure that its integrity remains unblemished.
Yeah.
I speak today not to cast aspersions on this House, but to bravely defend its honor, not to shame it, but to safeguard the public trust that our constituents have vested in us. Our duty transcends beyond personal reputation. It is a collective calling to preserve the dignity of this institution. Let us remember that the President himself, in his State of the Nation address, condemned the shameless who robbed the people, castigating them, mahiya naman kayo. The entire audience, including members of this House, uploaded those words in good conscience. But now the public asks, if Congress investigates, can the investigation be trusted when some of those accused are congressmen themselves? This is a difficult question, one that cannot be ignored or swept aside. For the credibility of this House depends on our willingness to confront it. Silence will not shield us from doubt. Only truth and transparency can do so. Yes, it is true. We possess the authority to investigate in aid of legislation. Yet there is a duty higher than this power, which is credibility. The credibility of this institution.
Yan. Banatan
Without
mo kung
public trust, our hearings risk of becoming a mere spectacle, empty of substance and justice. If the House investigates itself, will the nation believe in our fairness? Will they see this only as a drama staged to clear the accused by default?
Yeah.
Many people will just call it a zarzuela, whose ending is predetermined. To truly protect the dignity of this House, we must show we are not above the law nor exempt from scrutiny. Our sacred duty is to set an example. Let us consider an investigation led by independent bodies, the Ombudsman, the Commission on Audit, or an impartial panel. Why hesitate if our hearts and records are clean? If we value integrity, transparency must not be feared, but it must be welcomed. We can go further, establish a credible anti-corruption body, modeled after Hong Kong's Independent Commission Against Corruption and Singapore's Corrupt Practices Investigation Bureau, empowered to investigate these allegations without taint of political interest. If we are innocent, a fair investigation will vindicate us. If any are guilty, justice must be done unflinchingly without regard to rank or status. My dear colleagues, no single member's reputation can outweigh the the collective honor of this House and the
Mm.
sacred trust of our people. Integrity is not safeguarded by words or pageantry. It is demonstrated by decisive and principled action. Let us show the Filipino people that we fear no truth.
30 seconds, please.
That we are ready to cleanse our ranks if called for. Each of us is entrusted with a sacred duty to ensure that the House of Representatives remain a true pillar of integrity in our democracy. Because at the end of the day, it is not merely the honor of a few that is at stake, but the honor of this entire House and above all, the trust and confidence of the Filipino people. Let us keep always in mind that the truth will come out as it must. So let us be sure that when it does, we are ready, unafraid, and worthy of the trust we hold. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman.
Malinaw, malinaw. Putaw tayo kay Elisan Fernando.
House Resolution
Yo.
number 88, Congressman Elijah San Fernando, please.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, distinguished colleagues, mga manggagawa at ordinaryong Pilipino na nanonood ng umaga po. Mga kontraktor naman, mga opisyal at mga politikong sangkot sa mga maanumalya at ghost projects, wala ho kaming ibang hangad, kundi gumulong ang inyong mga ulo at kayo ay mapanagot at makulong.
Mm.
Just last July, Mr. Chair, we saw families in Malabon, Bulacan, Pampanga, and Laguna wading chest deep in flood waters. Children could not go to school. Workers could not report to their jobs. And families lost everything they had built. Just as we thought na tapos na ang paghihirap ng ating mga kababayan, noong mga nakaraang araw lang, nilubog na naman ng baha ang iba't ibang lugar sa Metro Manila, lalo na sa Quezon City. This is the lived, recurring reality of millions. I speak today, Mr. Chair, to enjoin the House to act expediently on a matter of grave importance. The repeated failures and anomalies that plague our country's flood control programs and initiatives. Taon-taon at trilyong pisong halaga ng kapalpakan at katiwalian ang ating pinag-uusapan. Over the past few weeks, Mr. Chair, we have been exposed to a barrage of information about these programs, the contractors and the politicians linked. Amid the noise, let us stick to the essentials. In 2025 alone, a staggering 308.32 billion pesos has been allocated to water resources development and flood control programs. For context po, kung may Department of Flood Control, ito ang magiging ikatlong pinakamalaking cabinet level agency ng gobyerno. For the 2026 NEP, the flood control budget is 274.93 billion pesos. If there is corruption, Mr. Chair, we are talking of corruption of the grandest kind. Yung mga nagdaang issue at aligasyon ng korupsyon, mani lang sa daang
Mani
bilyong
lang.
pondong tinangay sa mga ghost flood control projects.
Mani
The effects are no
lang.
less grand in their severity. The past July monsoon and tropical cyclones affected over 4.67 million individuals, displaced more than 309,000, damaged 2,975 homes and 310 infrastructure facilities, killing at least 26 people. These are not mere statistics. We are talking of an estimated 4.85 billion pesos in infrastructure losses and 712.4 million pesos in agricultural damage, not to mention the unquantifiable cost of human life. Beyond these numbers, the anomalies and failures of flood control are worth looking into because of a simple reality. Sana po nakikinig ang mga kontraktor, ang mga politiko na sangkot dito. Kapag palpak ang flood control, ang ordinaryong Pilipino ang unang nasasaktan. Kapag bumaha, di naman ang mga mayayamang engineer o mga politikong senador o congressman o
30
mga
seconds,
kontraktor na nakatira sa kanilang mansyon o gumagamit ng dose-dose ng mamahal
kung maklimax pa lang itong si Eli San Fernando, walang kwenta talaga itong mga pagdinig sa House of Representatives. Ang ganda ng punto eh.
Haling SUVs ang naghihirap. Ang naghihirap po ay tayong mga manggagawa at ordinaryo. Tayo ang mas madaling nagkakasakit, mas madaling nasisira ang bahay. If the state fails in guaranteeing adequate protection from natural disasters, it is failing in its basic duty to protect the most disenfranchised in our society. Ghost projects, kickbacks, substandard engineering, ang dami na pong pangalan. No matter the form it takes, we are asking to end this vicious cycle of incompetence and corruption. We are insisting that every death linked to flooding is a preventable death. The oversight function of Congress compels us to ensure that the executive is performing its duties in service of the Constitution, which asks us to protect the right of the people to a balanced and healthful ecology and reduce social, economic, and political inequalities. Kung may kailangang managot, Mr. Chair, panagutin po natin kahit sino pa po sila. If we wish to restore the trust of the people in our government and its institutions, we are compelled to act and to act now. Looking forward, Mr. Chair, we hope that this is the beginning of a conversation about climate resilience and the reforms necessary to equip all Filipinos as we brace for worsening natural disasters. May we start at accountability and end with foresight. We thus offer House Resolution number 88 for the consideration of this House. Muli po, sa mga manggagawa at ordinaryong Pilipinong nakikinig, magandang umaga, maraming salamat. At sa mga kontraktor, mga politiko na sangkot sa mga maanomalya na proyektong ito, nawaho ay gumulong ang inyong mga ulo. Maraming salamat.
Yung! Ayos. Kahit batayan ni Risa, okay lang. Sige, maganda naman yung sinabi niya. Lipat na ho tayo. Tuloy ho natin. Malupit ho mga punto nitong si Congressman Ungab dito.
Mahalaga na malaman natin saan galing ito. So, ang nakakaalam lang po yun dito, former Senator po at si Congressman Saldico, sapagkat yung mismong pagpoproseso ng mga insertions na ito ay nanggaling sa kanilang mga tanggapan. And I'm sure, yung mga opisina nila, yung staff nila, sila nakakaalam dahil sila yung nagproseso itong mga insertions.
Mr. Chairman, I seconded. I would like to. I would like to second. Yes or no? May I? I would like to second the motion. I would like to explain why. You know, last August 4, I delivered a privileged speech questioning the, I think, mangled beyond recognition 2025 budget, and I was very specific on the automatic appropriations. Almost ang daming ginalaw. So hindi lang yung program appropriation, new general appropriations ang ginalaw pa yung program. In fact, towards my ending statement, I have said that 2025 budget is the most corrupt budget ever passed in the history of Congress. Sinabi ko yan. You know what? Nung araw sa time namin, pag may nag-mention sa previous budget, yung former chairman, tatayo kagad yan sa plenary. Magsasalita, question of privilege, individual and collective privilege, i-explain kung anong nangyari. Mr. Chairman, August 4 ako nagsabi, 2025 budget is the most corrupt budget. Hanggang ngayon, wala akong narinig na denial man lang sa previous chairman o sa previous members ng committee. Does this mean na hindi nila kaya i-dispute yung sinabi ko na 2025 budget is the most corrupt budget ever passed in the history of Congress? So I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I am objecting on the motion. I am
Bakit?
objecting on the motion.
Nagsasalita itong si Abante.
I would like to know the reason why, because I would like to find out if we're going to invite them here, are they resource speakers or they are members of the House of Representatives? Are we going to ask them questions? Are they going to answer it? We'd like to find out.
Nako.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman,
Move
may I?
for a few minutes suspension.
Mr. Chairman.
Chairman,
Move to suspend, Mr.
There's a pending motion by
Session suspended.
Congressman Arrezi.
Mr. Chairman, there's
I second.
Suntukan na lang, game mo. Suntukan na lang kayo dyan, para mas masaya. Suntukan, Suntukan na lang. Narinig nyo si Janet Garin, Kay Janet Garin tayo ngayon.
To go for a personal matter. Mr. Chair, with due courtesy to all my colleagues, kanina lang ay tinanong ni Congressman Shell Jokno at ni Congressman Secretary Laila de Lima na hindi ba pangit na meron tayong komitiba and we might be investigating our colleagues? That's precisely the reason, Mr. Chair, why we are all here because of our oversight powers. Yes, tutumbukin yan by the third-party investigators, and if there are cases, let cases be filed against the personality. Pero ang punto ko lang, Mr. Chair, I am appealing to our members, wag po nating ilihis na patuloy ito na nangyayari. Nagbago na ang chairman ng Committee on Appropriations, nangyayari pa rin. And tila ako, nung pag-aral ko ng 2026 proposed NEP, merong mga napasok na flood control projects na hindi nanggaling sa baba. Mr. Chair, with due courtesy to my colleagues, yes, tumbukin natin later ang Committee on Appropriations, but for now, we have the officers that resigned. I'm not sure if it is already accepted, officials of the Department of Public Works and Highways. We need to know paano ito nangyayari. And also, Mr. Chair, if I move forward, the intent of this committee is to exercise of oversight powers to put in and instill measures para hindi na maulit. Instead of focusing on a single situation, as reiterated, as conveyed by my very good friend, Congressman Ungab, backup pwedeng, we can invite them. We can invite a colleague who is not a member of the 4 committees. So the former chairman of the Committee on Appropriation is not a member of all the committees here. Eh pwede naman niyang imbitahin. Why do we have to put on motion? Let us not make the investigation personal. Let us all work together so that in the 2026 budget,
Let us work together para marami pang manakaw, sabi mo. Let us work together para marami pang manakaw.
while we are ongoing the deliberation, let us identify yung mga singit na flood control projects, yung mga cat's eye na nandiyan pa rin at hindi pa rin natatanggal. Let us do our job by putting a permanent seal to dull into all these anomalous things. With that, Mr. Chair, may I appeal to my colleagues? Yes, let's invite the personalities mentioned. Let's do away with motions and divisions of the House because we are losing focus. Balikan natin, ano bang iniimbestiga natin? Na mapunta ang pera ng taong bayan sa tamang proyekto. Na mapuntahan ang investigasyon sa dapat na mga baguhin, that we have a new secretary, that we will be helping him, maybe put everything in place, all the safety measures, at yung mga admin orders, executive orders na nandiyan dyan, tanggalin na natin while we are all here. So again, Mr. Chair, may I repeat my appeal. The focus of our investigation is to nip the bud, putulin ang ugat para hindi na ulit tumubo. And with that, Mr. Chair, let's move forward to the interpellators that have signified their intention to ask questions. And I believe the Honorable Erice, as I earlier talked to him, is amenable to inviting a colleague. Kung hindi dumating, then let's discuss that. But is that the solution? Because any member of Congress will change, any committee chairman will change. But if the root of the cause of all of this will not be lit, paulit-ulit pa rin itong mangyayari.
Thank you. Congressman Chanco, then Congresswoman.
Mr. Chair, yun na nga ang problema, no? Nung unang ginawa to, I was against it. How can we investigate ourselves? That is the primary question. So kung isang congressman, sabi nyo kanina, kahit sino masagasaan, wala tayong sasantuhin, kahit congressman, kahit senador.
Yan.
Eh kung ang congressman, hindi pa pwedeng maging resource person at hindi natin pwedeng pa-testify under oath, eh di ibig sabihin sa usapang to, exempted ang congressman.
Exempted ang
So paano tayo
congressman.
mag-imbestiga? Paano tayo? Number one. Number two, Mr. Chair, here is the USB. Sinasabi, paano nagkaroon ng insert? Under the name of Congressman Saldico, ang insertion sa BICAM as proponent siya
is 13,803,693,000. And we do not want to invite him as a resource person.
Mr. Chair, sorry.
Comsec, can you show this? Para lang
Yeah.
sabihin, hindi ako
Mr. Chair, with
nagsusuggest.
due courtesy.
Wait, I have the floor.
Yeah, i-correct
I
ko
have the
lang.
floor.
Yeah, but
I have
Mr.
the floor.
No, Mr.
I
Chair.
have the floor.
Just to,
I have
Ilabas na yung USB na yan. Ito naman si ano, dami kasing Cheche Bureche, sabat ng sabat.
the floor.
On the record, Mr.
I
Chair.
have the floor.
We did not refuse to
I have
invite.
the floor.
Mr. Chair, suspend. Motion to suspend.
Mr.
Hindi, nanggulo lang ho talaga yang si Janet Garin para hindi maipalabas yung ano, yung USB. Yun ang sigurado. Si Congressman Chanco ulit, game.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, kanina po pinag-uusapan yung insertion, tinanong po kung ano yung mga natanggal sa 2025 budget at kung ano yung mga naipasok. No? Kaya po, pabor sana ako dun sa motion ni Congressman Erice na imbitahan talaga ang dating former chairman ng Committee on Appropriations, si Congressman Saldico, dahil kahit dun sa small committee, wala pong naibigay na report. No? And for the record, under Congressman Saldico as proponent, ang insertion sa BICAM is 13,803,693,000. No? Under Ako Bicol, it's 2,295,000,000. And under BHW party list, it's 2,064,000,000 pesos. Ang point ko
Bilyon
lang
o
po
pinag-uusapan
Mr.
dito?
Chairman, is mas malaki pa po ito sa mga, even yung 2 billion, mas malaki po ito sa NEP ng ibang mga lugar. So bakit kailangan dumaan sa party list ang mga proyekto para sa distrito? Bakit hindi po pinababa sa distrito directly? At ang makakasagot lang po yan is si Congressman Saldico. Okay. Next.
Yung
Anyway, pangalawa po, nakita ko po yung listahan ng invited resource persons. Hindi po ba natin inimbitahan si Mayor Benji Magalong?
Not for this hearing, Your Honor.
ang aangas nyo eh. Yan ang hirap sa'yo, boy eh. Banat kayo ng banat kay Magalo. Tapos pagka panahon ng hearing, hindi nyo inimbatahan. Ang haba ng panahon. Kaya kayo na paghahalata, mga walang yakay dyan ha. Mga walang yakay dyan. Oy, konghod. Oy, akop. Ano, masarap? Kung masakit, umaray kayo. Wala namang problema. Ang aangas nyo nung Twadcom ha. Ngayon, wala. Oh, hinamon na nga kayo nitong si, nitong si Mayor Benji. Imbitan nyo ko. Hindi yung tipong banat kayo ng banat. Di nyo naman pala ako iimbitahan. Di ba? Oh, pag inimbitahan nyo ako, walang bastusan. Tanungin nyo ako na maayos, sasagot ako na maayos. Oh, di ba?
Pero iimbitahan po ba siya sa susunod na pagdinig?
Pahaba yun, siyempre.
Hindi, sa next hearing.
We have to discuss it.
Because
I-discuss pa. Anak ng Petrang Garapata, ang aangas nyo magsalita na, dapat huwag kaming lahatin nitong si Mayor Benjamin Magalong. Kasi nadadamay pati yung mga matitinong congressman. Oh, kung talagang, pangalanan mo sa pagdinig, dumalo ka. Hindi nyo naman inimbitahan. Mga duwag.
nandito po kanina si Bante. Siya po yung nagsabi na wag naman akusahan yung house at pangalanan kung sino yung tinutukoy. At pumayag naman po si Mayor Magalong na tukuyin pag siya ay inimbitahan ng house kung sino yung tinutukoy niya na pinakamalaki ang nakukuha na 20%. So ang tanong ko po, bakit pa po hindi imbitahan kaagad ng committee para malaman na po natin kung sino yung tinutukoy niya, Mr. Chair?
I think we have a commitment that we will invite him. But the commitment is not on the next hearing. Kasi marami po tayong pag-usapan. In fact, gusto natin isa-isahin.
Brad, anong pag-uusapan? Yung pinag-uusapan nyo, kinikwento ni Magalong sa media. Patawag nyo si Magalong, pagtatatanong-tanongin nyo siya dyan. Ang dami yung Cheche Bureche nung pag-uusapan, patawag nyo si Magalong. Di ba ang angas si Magalong sa media? Ngayon, patawag nyo siya, tignan natin para magkaalaman tayo dyan, di ba? Ang dami pag-uusapan.
Construction, hindi yung nagpakita. St. Timothy,
Oo.
hindi yung nagpakita. Ito ho
Pagod
yung
na, tulog
alam
pa
ng
yun.
mga tao na gustong makita.
Yung St. Timothy, pagod pa yon, natutulog pa yon. Ano nagpakita dyan? Sunwest. Kasi Sunwest, kaalyado ni Tambayan. Ay, kaalyado ni kay Saldico yan. Talagang magpupunta dyan yan. Siyempre, alam niya, hindi sila maliliit yun dyan.
Malaman
Kanya
yung
kayo,
katotohanan. So, ibig sabihin, we are united with Mayor Magalong on his commitment for against corruption, for him to name the 67 lawmakers, no question. But he will be required in this committee to do it on their own. State 67 lawmakers who are contractors first. Second, lawmakers who are allegedly receiving 30 to 40% kickback. That will come in due time. That is the commitment of this committee.
Yeah.
Kasi sa sinasabi niya, ang pinakamalaking nakukuha ay yung Committee on Appropriation. So hindi pa ba mas mabuting i-address na po natin? Kasi nandiyan po, si Congressman Abante, nadinig ko po yung interview nyo, sabi nyo po, dapat pangalanan po ni Mayor Magalong. So ayaw nyo bang mag-present ng motion na imbitahan na siya kaagad para pangalanan na rin po niya? At sinabi naman po niya na willing naman po siyang imbitahan.
Yan.
Congressman
Ano?
Abante, you're being asked.
Abante! Oh.
Should I make the motion now?
Wow, of course.
Better,
Motion
Mr. Chair, to show na talagang seryoso.
Natatakot ka. Natatakot itong si Benny Abante kay Magalong. Imbitahan nyo na.
tayong
Ano ba yan?
imbitahan
Talaga ito.
I just have one.
Mr. Chair.
Before speaking, I have one question lang po to Congressman Chaco. Is this part of your interpellation or what is this? Okay. All right.
It's part of my 5 minutes, Mr.
Okay
Chair.
po. All right.
And after this, I will have no further questions because this will be my basis of seeing if talagang may pupuntahan tong committee na to o wala. Kung ayaw natin imbitahan si Mayor Magalong sa agarang panahon, magkakaproblema tayo sa credibility niyan.
But I think we have to state for the record as well that in many public forums, Mayor Magalong has
Wala ka, Brad. Walang kwenta yung hearing mo kung hindi mo iimbitahan si Saldico at si Magalong.
labeled the committee as merely a Moro-Moro committee.
Moro-moro
So I
naman.
think
Moro-moro naman talaga yung committee na yan. Pagka hindi mo inimbitahan si Saldico, yung amo mo, papuntahin mo yung, hoy, Bicol Saro. Imbitahan mo yung ako Bicol Party List. Mag-usap kayong dalawa.
the public should look at that as well.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Pero sinabi niya, kahit tinawag niyang moro-moro, sinabi naman niya na willing siya magpumarap, di ba? Eh di, tingnan natin kung haharap siya pag inimbitahan natin.
I think
Mr. Chair, point of order.
yes, please.
I think we should be sensitive regarding the word moro-moro. May we delete the word?
Magmo-motion na si Abante. Mawawala na naman yan sa... Nakananto ko, bahala kayo dyan. Moro-moro talaga.
I think it was Kong Zia, who is a Muslim. It was, I think, an affront to the Muslim community.
Yes, I understand it, but that was the exact statement of Mayor Magalong, labeling the committee as
Moro-moro.
Moro.
Hindi nasasaktan yung mga moro dyan. Walang problema sa kanila kasi double meaning yan. O sige, sirsuela na lang para hindi kayo nasasaktan pa kayo. Mga magnanakaw nga yung mga kasama nyo dyan. Matawag lang kayo na moro-moro, nagagalit kayo. Mga walang niya kayo. Anak ng toka, sa moro-moro nasasaktan kayo. Puro magnanakaw naman yung mga kasama nyo dyan.
Moro. We will not remove it from the record.
Sana, yung sa Indonesia hindi magyari sa Pilipinas. Yung tipong yung mga tao sinulong nila yung House of Representatives nila. Sana wag mangyari sa atin yun. Sana wag mapuno ang salop ng mga Pilipino. Wag mapuno ang salop. Wag sanang pasukin ng mga Pilipino yung mga pamamahay ng mga congressman na to at pagsisisirain. Wag naman sana. Please lang, wag sanang mangyari yan sa Pilipinas. Sambayan ng Pilipino, mahaba-habang pasensya pa ang kailangan natin. Wisit na yan. Mga kababayan, pasensya lang. Huwag ho natin gayahin yung nangyari doon sa ibang bansa. Mahaba pasensya natin eh. Nanto ka. Huwag naman sanang umabot sa punto na masunog yung bullshit na bulwagan na yan. Sana wag. Pinapanalangin ko, wag sanang mangyari na ang mga Pilipino talagang mapuno na sa kababuyan ng mga congressman na to. Wag naman ho sana. Huwag, ayaw ho natin magkagulo kagaya na nangyayari sa ibang bansa. Huwag, ayaw ho natin. Dinidiretso ko na. Pero pagka nagpatuloy itong mga ganitong klaseng kababuyan, huwag naman sana, huwag naman sana. Please lang. Diyos ng tadhana, huwag niyo hong paintulutang mangyari sa amin yung nangyayari ngayon sa ibang bansa. Na kung saan yung mga bahay ng mga congressman na politiko sa kanila talagang pinagsusugod at pinagbabasag ang mga bintana, pinagkukuha yung mga bagay-bagay sa pamamahay nitong mga politiko naman na to. Huwag naman sana mangyari to sa Pilipinas. Naawa ba kayo?
But because that is what he had labeled the committee.
Mr. Chair, just
Moro-moro.
coming
At its finest, yung committee na yan ay moro-moro. Okay? At yung TWADCOM, TRICOM, lahat ng kabuktutan dyan sa House of Representatives, kabalbalan. Yun ang sigurado ko dyan,
from
Brad.
the members of the committee and saying that it is more.
Moro-moro.
I think
Wag nyo nang palinisin, wag nyo nang pabanguhin yung lugar nyo. Yan ang pinakababantot na lugar sa buong Pilipinas.
it's quite personal on the part of the members of the
Personal.
committee. But anyway,
Ganyan na ganyan. Yung mga taga-Indonesia, ganyan na ganyan yung mga congressman nila. Ganyan na ganyan.
abide by the decision of this committee. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Santos. Again, would you want to respond to
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Chanco, please?
there's no problem in making a motion, but as you made a promise to me, Mr. Chair, that one day Mayor Magalong will be invited, why don't we just finish the hearing right now? We still have a lot of contractors that are waiting to be investigated, to be interpolated. So why don't we wait? Why don't we finish this first before any?
Mag-move na kayo next hearing para tapos sa usapan.
Bakit natin ginugulo itong hearing na ito samantalang marami naman naghihintay dyan ng mga contractors na very much willing to be interviewed?
Nag-uumpisa ang kabalbalan sa Committee on Appropriation. Nag-uumpisa ang kabalbalan dyan sa House of Representatives. Diyan eh. Sino dapat natin ipatawag? Yung APRO chairperson ng 19th Congress. Hindi, bakit nagkapondo yung mga ghost project na yan? Sino mga congressman na naglabi dyan? Tanong ko lang, bakit wala si Saldico dyan? Congressman siya, bakit di pumapasok?
Right. Thank you for your response. Congressman Chanco, please.
No further questions.
Thank you, Congressman Chanco. Next to interpolate is Chairman Joel Chua. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question will be, I would like to address my question to...
Wala na, walang kwenta. Huwag na ho kayo manood, alis na ho kayo dyan. Pero...